Hello, hello. Greetings and welcome to the Tiny Nest live stream where we'll be designing a tiny house based on your input. Yeah. Uh, if you've been with us before, we made this over the last couple streams. This one here. And so this is a bit of an interesting design. There's sort of these conceptual dormers here. Obviously not how you'd actually build it, but just to bump out the space on the top for some loft space. And we put in sort of a little seat, like a ground seating area, like these little beanbag, little beanbag chair office thing over a bathroom in here. And then we were just messing around with how to access the loft and talking about like doing a little walkway here with a single ladder so you could go to either loft from there. A little kitchen, a little seating area with TV on the other side. Then the door was kind of like interfering with the loft, so that was just kind of a thing we were trying to work through, but we're not going to continue with this one this time. We want to start fresh and keep it a bit simpler in terms of, I think we got a little bit sidetracked with the roof, so it's more about one of the strengths of SketchUp is like in the early stages just really fluid, quick changes and moving things around and playing with different configurations of the interior. And then after that you can then do another pass once you're like fully committed to your layout. You can do another pass and do it like structurally and do like every piece of framing and figure all those little details out and figure out exactly how you're actually going to build the thing. But for the purpose of these live streams, just trying to do it in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to suggest that we do basically just build out a quick shell and then try to work on the interior, focus more on the interior. So the first thing we need from you guys is to suggest a length. So we have the Iron Eagle trailer models because we've already got those all made, so it's like a little prefab, and we have sizes from, I think it's 12 through 30. The 30 is not ready.
Oh, okay, so
I could grab it maybe, but preferably 12 to 28. So let us know what size of trailer.
Someone's suggesting a tiny house under 100 square feet.
Under 100 square feet. Okay. So how long are we talking then?
Well, wouldn't that be
100. So like 20 feet times 8 is 160. So you're trying to make me do math so quickly here. So what length? Just give us a length for what you're thinking. 12 feet or more in 2-foot increments. And I will open up the file needed for such a structure.
13 and then 15.
You gotta give
So
even numbers.
14
14 it is. This may be the first 14 footer I've ever done. So this is interesting. It may be almost more like a travel. So that's like the question, I guess, is like, is this gonna be full-time living or is this gonna be a travel kind of thing? Look at this little baby trailer.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's gonna hide the access.
Cool. I haven't done a really small one before.
This is true, yeah. This will be fun, and it'll also keep it focused on just getting it made. So
Kelsey's suggesting we make it for travel.
Make it for travel, okay. And so with that in mind, we can eliminate certain requirements. Is this going to have a loft? I mean, if it's this short, I mean, you could make it just one story and maybe have like some kind of fold-out bed or something. I think you might need a loft though to really make use of the space. So I'm just going to draw in a floor here. Let's do a 2x6 floor.
Someone's suggesting a Murphy bed to put in as well.
Okay, we can try
have
that.
In a 3D warehouse?
Could be. Could be. Might have to do a little scaling. That's cool. That's cool.
So we got 2x6 for the floor.
Yeah, let's do 2x6 for the floor, and well, we could. Do we want extra floor insulation on here, or I mean, if it's for travel, might not be a bad idea. If it's going to be for year-round potential use, then again, if it's for travel, you can always just like run and hide in the south in the winter years. Do we want to kick up the floor a little bit for extra insulation, or keep it down low so we can get maximum height? So height or insulation? Let's know what you want there. Because we have a 3/4 like this. Do we
maximum height, Fraser is saying.
Max height? Okay. Just gonna do a quick cutout here. Right. And
wants maximum airspeed.
maximum, like, we're gonna break some ground speed records with this tiny house. That would be. I wonder if there is a. There probably is a land speed record while towing something. Let's not try to break that record with a tiny house. So let's just call this 4 inches.
Someone's suggesting we cue the Jeopardy music.
So what kind of roof do we want here? And do we want a loft, or do we want a Murphy bed on the ground floor and then just keep it one story high?
Murphy bed. Which I guess would be on, so it would be one. Well, you could have a loft for something else. Okay, someone else is saying 1 story.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's try to just fill it out then, and just see what happens. See how high it needs to be, because if we're only going 1 story, then we can just basically stick the contents in there, and then make the roof only as high as it needs to be, right? To contain such things. Yeah, I guess we'll just use this generic flooring.
Looks good. So where should the front door be?
Yeah, where is the entry here?
On the side.
Do we want it in front of the fender, for example?
It says front on the side, so I would assume that's what.
So let's go, do we want it outswing so that it, probably would want an outswing on something this small so that you're not interfering with the tiny bit of space that you have in there. So let's go, doesn't really matter quite as much. We could tuck it pretty close to the front, like, well, let's just keep in mind that we want the door there and start looking at the interior contents. So let's go straight to the Murphy bed. Yeah, okay. Let's check the 3D warehouse. Murphy's like PH, right? Like Murph. Yeah. Oh, there it is right there. Here's something pretty simple. Is this going to be, does this need to sleep more than 1 person? I see 2 options here. One's maybe like a queen or a little bit smaller, and the other one's like a, you know, just a single person type of bed.
Maybe do the smaller one.
I mean, let's just see how big this is. I can always just shrink it if needed. Because my thought is if the door's at the front, you want the bed at the back, right, against the back wall, so that it folds down in front like that. So let's see what happens here. Just wondering if I should. Yeah, this will work. Right there. So actually doesn't take up nearly as much room as I thought it would. But how? I think my sense of scale is off because I think that this trailer is like as small as a little red.
Right.
But it's not, it's way bigger. We did a tour video. Actually, if you missed that, I highly recommend checking out, especially because this is kind of like what we're building right now. A really cool, super tiny house that was only like 5 feet wide, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. We did a video tour of that, and it was really cool. So this is, yeah, it's over 6 foot. 6'10" all the way there. So what do you guys think of this? Do we want to have something like this and leave some space on the side? Or do we want an even smaller bed? Or do we want to orient it? I think you're going to interfere with the fenders if we oriented it like this way. Even if we tuck it in the back like this. I think you could, even with the way this one is, I mean, obviously you could slice this down and tuck it in a little bit more over here, whatever, but it would fit that way. So what's the vote? Do we go as it is now, or how I had it before? Tucked in the back. So side wall like this, or back wall like we had before? Because you got to envision what else is going in here. Like, are we going to try to fit some kind of bathroom, or is this going to be like you have a little tuck away composting toilet? Because that's what we've seen a lot in like schoolies and other like van type situations. They have like one of those small composting toilets that you just tuck away, and you just like put up your blinds or put up a curtain, pull out your thing, and do your business when you need to. But that eliminates the need for allocating an entire like enclosed room for a bathroom.
Okay, so more people like it like the way that it is now.
Okay. So you could probably, so we'll actually tuck it. Oh, I didn't even notice that it's not tucked all the way up against the wall. So you'd basically just have to not get lost in the model like this. Oh my god. Cut. Oh, I should increase my field of view here. Just crank it up. So you'd have to do a little custom cut there to get around the fender. Obviously the fender would be boxed in. I'm not going to worry too much about that. But yeah, that's cool. And obviously that fits. So we need the roof to be at least this high, so we can pull the walls up. Start looking a bit more at the space. There we go. Looks cool. Let's see. Now, no guarantees because I don't know how this asset has been built, but we might be able to close it. Maybe there's a marker in here where you're supposed to do the rotating. Let's just give her a go here. Flip. I command you to close. I don't know what happened there. Wasn't a little bit off, just a tad, but we can go like this. Bam, done. So that's what it's like closed. That's actually awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
It's like a really good Murphy bed.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that's cool. Now, whatever goes into that space while the Murphy bed is closed, obviously has to be taken out of the way to deploy the bed. So you've got the whole point of the Murphy bed is to have the space when the bed is not in use, but whatever you put there also needs to be collapsible or fold up. So my instinct is actually to move this away from the wall, 6 inches or so, and then put like a folding like table, and then you could have like a desk there.
Yeah.
Or what would you be doing, I guess, is the question. One thing we were talking about, about trying to come up with different ideas and different things to ask to you guys to get the whole like design process streamlined is the person that this tiny house is for. What do they do? What is their like main hobby or their main work or the main task other than the necessities like sleeping, eating, and a bathroom? What is the one thing that they want to do in the space other than those functional things? So if let's say they make travel videos about traveling in their little tiny house. Maybe they edit videos, maybe they need a little workstation. So do we want to put that in there? Maybe maybe they just really love cooking, so we want to cram as much of a kitchen into this tiny space as possible. What do you guys think? What's that, something that you like? Just throw us a suggestion. If you had this shell as it is now and you could just fill it out with whatever you wanted, what's the main thing that you want to fit in there?
So we've had a couple suggestions.
Yeah.
Breakdancing and growing plants.
Growing plants.
So then you would need.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would highly, highly recommend against plants in a space that small because they give off a lot of humidity.
What about air plants?
Air plants? What's that?
It's like these plants that you don't put them in soil and their roots are just out and they like absorb moisture from the air. We're getting some.
Is this some kind of alien life form?
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Obviously, breakdancing, you're going to do it outside. Come on. You're not going to do it in there. You're going to throw down your cardboard and you're going to go at it. What?
There's a couple other suggestions to have an office space, like a table, like what you suggested.
Yeah.
And then they say like a desk or a universal table that you can like work on and then eat on as well.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes sense
that,
to have some sort of
yes, obviously you're going to need to eat somewhere, so have a multi-purpose like surface at that height would be great. Just wondering about windows here. Is somebody making funny comments at you?
Yeah. Regional catnip sales rep.
Regional catnip sales rep. Alright, that's good. That's good. Okay, let me just draw something here. Let's see what we want to do here. It doesn't matter what height because I can just change it. So let's go like this, like that, like this, like this. Pull that out. Be like 1 inch thick, and it's going to be a cherry table. So, how deep is this? I mean, you probably won't need more than, how deep is my desk right here? I think it's less than 3 feet.
Oh. Some people are suggesting having a sliding
Oh, it's only 2 feet.
And then having the table actually pop out of the bottom of the Murphy bed. That would be pretty slick. You could have a lot of light in there if you had like another entrance.
Are we changing? Well, I was wondering about windows against this back wall, and if you put a fold-up thing, I guess I could fold up that rather than down. I was also thinking about where you'd put chairs. Like you could tuck chairs in there as well, as long as it was deep enough. This kind of like gap that we've left. But that's neat to put the. Okay, let's do that. Let's go like this. So it would be. Like this, and then it would just be match the width of the thing here. And yeah, you know what'd be cool is I want to grab a chair. Actually, this is cool because it's both positions. Obviously, like, this is not a comfortable chair, but just for the sake of imagining if you could have some kind of folding chair that was, that was nicer. Let's just make it like a darker color. So my thought was like, can we, assuming these are to scale, which it looks like they are.
Can't spell. Storage. There. Oh, I see what you mean. You can fold them up and tuck them into that little.
Yeah, well, I guess the desk height. See, now I'm like trying to. I mean, this is a little bit high.
Where did that tape measure come
This is like 34, my desk, but I am on like a bit of a stool. So,
Be a bit lower, maybe?
like 32? Put it at 32? I'm just trying to see if the desk should fold up or fold down. Yeah, 32 is here. Oh, also it's way too high. This should only be 2 feet. Like that. Yeah, let's not get too bogged down. So let's just say that... No, let's say it folds... When it folds... It's got to fold up, I think, because if it will fit. Yeah, it'll fit there. Just like that, and then you've got some kind of hardware that will like hold... oh, I need to grab it on the side. Hold some chairs like this. Get it like that.
Oh, like you saw.
Man, you could almost put 3.
Under?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right? I know, right?
This is the only time you have.
Right? Right. Okay. So let's say then, like, we can just see how this looks. So we flip that up, right? And then you imagine those chairs. And the only drawback to this is if you're working there, there's no window in front of you.
Right.
You're looking at the back of the... You better make some cool like artwork or something on the on the back side of the thing. Or you could put a full like a computer, like a workstation. Of course, this is what I think because I'm a total nerd. But you could actually mount like a monitor, especially if you did video editing rather than being on a little laptop. You could actually mount a monitor, some kind of small flat screen to the back side of the like instead of where the chairs are, put a screen there, and then when you flip it down, it's gone. Although I guess you might want to say you want to watch TV or like watch a movie in bed or something. You could put a small TV on the opposite wall, which might be...
It's like, how many TVs can you fit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to find the limit, right? Okay. There we go. So you can just imagine, I mean, obviously we're like, there's so many chairs in here now, but so that's how it could be. Yeah, let's carry on. So there, something like this gives some ideas at least. Don't need to perfect it right at this moment. But do we want to put a window here then? Or are you saying we should change the... I don't think the door can't be there because you don't want it to be like half obstructed by the bed when the bed is deployed. I think the door needs to stay over here. So, I mean...
Put a window.
Yeah, so just imagine, this is not to scale, but just I'm putting that there as a reminder. So yeah, we could put a window maybe. I'll just draw in some like loose rectangles that we can mess with later. Okay, so we got sleeping and sort of functional space. Does that also need to serve as, yeah, like, well, yeah. I mean, I would expect that it would. Do we want to put the kitchen against this wall here? So we could tuck the door like as far possible up against the fender here, maybe, and then get, I think that actually might be arguably the best use of space if we can get like an L-shaped, we can use all of this. Whereas, well, part of it for kitchen, at least. I'm just saying in general, like that would be the usable space. Whereas if the door is here, you come in and then all you've got is this tiny bit,
Right.
and then across the way, which is okay. I feel like it would be a little bit less space though, potentially, unless you wanted to do like a storage there. So you come in and on your left there's like a full height closet, tuck your shoes underneath, put your clothes in like a cabinet that goes up like all the way to the ceiling, and then I guess it will be an outswing, so just a few feet in we could put something here and then have something across there. So what are you guys thinking in the that are watching?
I think that we might have gone away for a minute. At least on my feed.
Oh. How long?
But we're back.
Yeah. That's right. I think how long were we off though? Just looked over, how's the stream been for you guys so far? I think we just like lost it for a minute. Not sure how long we were off. Were you guys, was it buffering and stuff, or?
Came back 1 minute.
It looks like we lost a bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
Seeing, is it little technical difficulties? But I think we're back now.
Yep.
It's funny because I'm like looking over at myself and I'm not moving on the stream because I'm looking all intently. Oh, I mean it's doing it again.
It's what, lagging?
Yeah, it's very strange because we've been good up to this point. I could restart the stream from my software maybe. Let's try carrying on. So I'm not sure when I got cut off there, but I was basically just talking about the door. Basically putting it right up against the front or right back against the fender, and then that affecting what we can have on the inside. Like if it's up right up against the front like this, we can put like a closet or something immediately to your left as you enter, and then you kind of have to leave a few feet in front of you before you put any more, you know, kitchen or whatever against this wall. And then alternatively, if you put it right up against the fender like that, you can kind of have something all the way along the front wall and all the way along this wall, which and you could still squeeze something on the left here as well. I mean, I would definitely lean towards tucking it against the fender, and so as long as I haven't cut out again and you guys heard all that, what's the vote from the stream? So tucked against the fender or tucked against the front wall by the tongue of the trailer? Fender it is. So we're gonna need to leave a few inches here, say at least 4 inches, not too close. And then the width, let's go for like, you know, pretty narrow. So could probably get away with like 28-inch door, you think? Maybe 30. Let's do 30. Just to account for like the door jamb and whatnot. And then the height stuff, it's usually like 80 inches, which is huge. I mean, how many feet is that? 6'8", yeah. Yeah, let's do it. So there we go. And do we want kitchen? See, I'm kind of interested in what can fit over here. If we go right up against here, we can basically put like some kind of something about there. Just pull that right up to the, I mean, I guess it can't be quite that tight to the door, at least 2 inches. But this could be like, you know, a cabinet, so you could do something like, go like this.
And you know what Josh did in his tiny house was in his closet he just tucked in his composting toilet.
This is true. I mean, yeah.
I don't know how big the composting toilet is and if it will even fit in there, but
Yeah, well, I was gonna go like this for shoes. Here, let me redo this though. Make it like shorter. So I mean, how much do you need for shoes? Like 6 inches? I could even, yeah, go like this. And this. Is the stream been okay? We haven't lost the stream or anything? How's the stream, guys, been? Or how has the stream been, guys? Since our drop, has it been solid? Everything's fine? Let us know if there's been any weirdness.
it's been good.
Nice. Yeah, obviously the fender's there, so just we have to work around that. But yeah, I'm looking at doing something like this. I'm not sure how big the composting toilet is, to be perfectly honest. But I'll grab one off. Yeah, the warehouse, and see if we can tuck it in here. So I'm just like gonna push this in. Oh, what have I done here? Ah, push that in too far back here. Should go to there. Yeah, and then we'll go like this. Oh, and of course the fender's there again. Here we go. I like this. So this is just whatever. It just represents a... oh, it's huge, though. That can't be right. I swear, the one he had was very, very small. I didn't think it was that big, was it?
Wait, is there a different one you could pick?
I mean, there's the nature's head on here.
Try the nature's head. I think that's what he had.
I think it was something different. I think this is going to be too big as well. Oh, I hate this model. It's too many polygons. I gotta save this. I don't want it to crash. It's practically the same size. Let's say, and this has active venting too. I don't know that it's. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's just say this is too big. This is way too big. I swear it was more like it was just like a little bucket thing. Because it's not going to be a higher than a chair, right? Like the seat on it.
I don't know.
All right, so I mean, this is more, we're not going to come up with a solution necessarily here right now, but you know, this is more of a question, like, can you fit that there? Let's just leave it there for now and see what else we can come up with. I was going to say a couple of other things we could add on to here would be like, well, basically like, do another compartment like this. And then, so I'm just gonna kind of speed this up a little bit, just like a massive wardrobe, you know?
Yeah.
And we'll just say it's There we go. Good enough. With the toilet totally not fitting in there. But get a little shoes.
Cut out and it just sticks out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close. I think you could build something that would work. Or you just put, I mean, the shoes could go on the other side. You know what I mean? Just like take this cubby style and put it here. And maybe this is like, start drawing in a kitchen here. So like, go at the corner here. Go 24. And out here, 24. Yeah, and that works too. Actually, it'll fit. 24 will fit in there. Ah. Just like that. 36 high.
Asking if we could add an outside closet that has a trap door to the inside.
Yeah, actually, you know, that's not a bad idea because you could put like a little utility bump out on the back.
Yeah. That's looking good.
Yeah, I know. We should build this for ourselves.
We should finish this first.
What do you? That's crazy talk. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
A little closet?
Yeah, so like, gonna get too carried away here. Just wondering how you'd connect it. Well, let's put a window in here. Let's actually put this window in for real. So obviously we want it to be centered, would make the most sense. Where's the center mark? And then do we want to make like some big window here?
Yeah.
How about that big? We go like this. We cut that. Oops. And then we can go, I deleted my guides there. Say another 6 inches down. And again, this is going to be quite just like representative, not really what it actually is. How far out is ours? I mean, probably would want at least 1.5 feet, like 18 inches. Might not be that much. It's a fair bit. Let's see what that looks like. And how am I doing this? So many guides. I live on guides. Thing like that. Right? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm actually thinking you could put the toilet in this thing.
Yeah, you could.
Right?
Yeah.
In fact, if we pulled it out another 6 inches, whoops.
You wouldn't be able to get at it from the inside if you had the bed down. But you could pull it out and just like put it in there when you're sleeping if you had to pee in the night or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's a good call. See, these are all things you juggle when you really start to. If say these are all the things we want in there, like we've decided. Let's just say, for the sake of this, we've decided that composting toilet needs to be tucked in somewhere, and we've made a decision. We got Murphy bed, you know, kitchen space, this closet, this thing, and we're like, okay, that will fit all of my needs, and then it's just a matter of kind of shuffling them around. Then you can spend as much time as you need shuffling until you get it just right. But we could go like, you know, doing silly things like this. Gonna get myself into trouble if I don't keep my grouping correctly in SketchUp. The thing too here is that you could do something clever like have partial access. So how low did I go here? Whoops. 4 inches, so yeah, another 8. Whoops. So, yeah, something like this. This is just paper thin right now, but, you know, if we wanted to tuck that composting toilet in there, you could just do like this, have a partial access down here, especially because your desk will be here, so you're not going to be like going in that way anyway. You could have access there, and then on this thing, which I should make a group, you could have like, this is going to be very inaccurate, but oh no, that's not what I want to do.
Grand Alchemist suggested a man trap.
I like that. I think we could prevent unwanted entry into the house using that method. Do a little honey pot trick there. Oh, why is this? Oh, because I'm outside of the group. Come on, Jake. These are SketchUp basics. Come on. Jeez. Okay, so try not to get too bogged down, but let's say you have access here. It's well insulated. The shell of this this bump out. You can have a little trap door, have a little sort of cubby to store stuff that's still inside, and then use the other part of this. So like do something, whatever, have some big door, and then access that, and that could be like your if you're traveling, maybe you want outdoorsy type gear. Maybe put a bike rack on the front, right? Look at these, I got some great ideas today. Do we have more I'm just like going crazy here. Are there more suggestions from the chat?
Well, there's been some discussion about a bathroom or a toilet that pops out of the house. Hold on, let me go back and
Is there, what do you call
a toilet that slides out of the tiny house, and then people are saying that would be possibly that it would be cold.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just gonna plug our video. You should I'll put a link to it in the chat right now, actually. The tiny, super tiny house. Well, and then we're gonna come up with this question right here: is that do you have a shower? Because there was no shower, and
I can link it.
Josh.
Are you putting the video in?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're doing it? You do it.
well, okay.
I'm almost there. I'll do it. Where is it? Here it is. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Yeah, this is awesome. So, and you can see literally right away in the first shot, he's got an outdoor. It's like a French changing station, is what it officially is. Oh, I really hope I'm pasting the right thing here. Yes. Here we go. Poo is warm anyway. All right. It's using some bio heat there to keep things warm. Supplemental poop deck. Some quality chat. Some quality chat right here. But no, it is legit to think about putting stuff outside. I've seen a lot of outdoor showers, so I'm like not facing the camera this whole time. I'm jibba-jabbing. We've seen outdoor showers, outdoor toilets sometimes. Sometimes someone will have like an outhouse on the land, and then they'll purposely not have allocated space to a bathroom. I think like I could operate that way like if I needed to, but I don't think I'd like that as a permanent living situation. If it was like a permanent a tiny house to be lived in permanently. If this is sort of more on the like teeter-totter of like, yes, you can spend full time in here, but it's meant for travel. I don't know.
I mean, like, if you're traveling with this, then you don't even need a lot of kitchen space potentially because you might be cooking outside.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to maybe put in
Yeah,
like
because you could do like a fold-down thing
like
here.
a cooktop just to see how much space we're working with in the kitchen?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. So how big is a? So where I'm almost thinking like this corner is still can be reallocated to be something else. It's you could almost fit a shower in there, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only 2 feet, so you'd be in like a little tube.
A little tube shower.
A little tube shower.
We got a poop chute and a tube shower in this one.
So
Digressing.
I told you you're talking about poop, and you're like, I'm losing my train of thought now. I like this design actually. This is it's just coming together. But I was gonna say yeah, you could maybe put a shower in there because this looks like quite a bit of kitchen space. Is there anything critical that we're just completely? Let us know in the chat. Is there anything critical that we're just missing here that we need to fit in? I mean, if you can clean yourself, you can do your business. That's pretty much the bathroom. We've got the sleeping. We've got a kitchen, and then like a office functional type thing. I definitely would put like some kind of TV over here, because everyone don't pretend you don't watch Netflix, okay?
Okay, there's some suggestions for closet space, or hooking a curtain to the ceiling to make a little camping shower kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else suggested a bath.
A bath. I mean, I would reserve that for like outdoor in the summer or something. I don't think that the thing about a bath is that it takes up too much of a footprint on the ground. I mean, if we did this entire wall, I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
This whole section right here, turn this into, sure, let's just see what happens.
Why not?
Why not? We can do anything we want because we're in SketchUp. Should I plug our tutorial at this point? You could do anything in SketchUp. This is just a giant commercial for our tutorial. Here's a giant trough bath. Okay, let's just leave that for a second. Put in the the sink. So look at this. This is like literally our sink. But it's enormous.
3? Is that what we got?
No. I think we got like a 30. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's stupid. Oh, actually, yeah, I do remember. Okay. Kitchen type. What? Why does this come up? Oh, that's weird. What if I stole the sink off like this thing? I need help deciding.
What happened to the other sink? Like
That huge one?
Yeah.
Well, okay, sure. Let's do that.
What are you saying?
I'll just reset.
Too big for a tiny house?
I mean, I'm saying, we can resize it. That's what I'm saying. Whoops. No, don't turn it that way.
Because you could probably almost bathe in our sink.
This is true. If you were, like, the size of a child, you could, bathe in our sink. So let's obviously shrink this to how much? How big? How wide?
So it's 33 inches right now?
It's 24 plus 8, yeah. 30, yes.
So why don't you make it 20?
26?
Yeah.
This is an interesting one because in a tiny house, I feel like people way underdo the size of the sink, like massively. But when you're actually in a space this small, you kind of don't have
Yeah.
much choice. What do you guys think in the chat? Tuck. First of all, should we make it smaller than it is now? Obviously, I'm going to cut out the this surface once we got it placed, but smaller than it is, and then also like all the way on the left, all the way in the corner, or centered, because then you're trying to balance, like, you don't want to, can be risky to center it along this edge here, because then you're limiting each side is like a smaller piece, whereas if you tuck it all to one side, then you've got one big section. What do you think about that in terms of like cooking, like functional, excuse me, for the functionality of cooking, like, would you prefer to like tuck the sink away and then have like a big space to prep on? Also, we don't have a cooktop yet.
And someone else just said we don't have a fridge.
This is a good call. We can tuck the fridge underneath. Yeah. So like you know.
That bath is weirding me out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do away with the bath because 24. Let's do like a little micro shower. I don't know if it's even possible. Let's pretend that this is a shower now. What am I doing here? Push this out like that. And then this has gotten a little bit weird in SketchUp, but
so they're saying they want a little bit of room on both sides of the sink.
okay. Okay, let's just there. Let's say that we can fit a shower. Then we could put a fridge over there, and we'll put that there like that. We'll cut in a window here. Sure, that looks good. No, it doesn't. Like that. And then we'll cut in the sink. That. No, that's not low enough. Why is that not? Oh, I see. These are really overly elaborate. Geez. I wanted this kind of thing. Maybe, sure. What the heck? Where's the center mark? Okay, let's go like this. Snap it to the center. Great. Copy that. Try to paint it. Maybe. Wow, that looks horrible. Who cares? It's bothering me. Hang on. Looks so bad. There we go. Sure. So, well, would the cooktop be? Where's the cooktop going? Left, right of the sink, or on the L? Let us know in the chat. I'm gonna get a fridge. So these like wine fridges. Under counter fridge. There we go. Oh god.
Someone's saying hi from Berlin.
Hello. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. That's funny. I know, it's like in all North America, it's like, oh, that's so small, but it's like most of the rest of the world is totally used to stuff of that size.
So someone is suggesting the sink should go beside the shower and the cooktop go under the window.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The sink goes beside the shower and the cooktop goes under the window.
Okay.
You won't have much space then, I don't think, on either side of the sink. Or is it at the same size?
You know, that's not a bad idea, and also because if this is a shower, the plumbing is going to be right there, so that's a structural consideration. And also, if we put the cooktop where the sink is right now, then you can kind of prep on either side of it, in a way, if you know what I'm saying.
That looks good.
Yeah, and then we can just put another. I was gonna say putting like some kind of bike rack. You could almost like lay your bikes like toward like on their sides or something in the on the tongue. Right, come up with some contraption here. Put your bikes on the tongue. Or no, they'd still fit under there. I don't know the heights of these windows, or it might be off too. Probably want to have that lower, like that. And this one too, actually. What type of cooktop? Electric. I mean, probably have to be propane if you're traveling. That's it?
People are saying hi from Sweden and Germany.
Nice. Hey, you guys designing tiny houses out there? What's the tiny house kind of like scene in Europe? Because like I was just saying, like stuff is like living spaces are generally smaller, just from what I know and my very limited experience out in Europe. So is this kind of not really like a novel thing? Because you know, in North America, everything is so enormous that it's kind of like in response to that, everyone is like trying to basically like just downgrade and back up a bit and do some simpler stuff. Be curious what tiny houses are like out there. You know, here's my 2 cents on this setup is like I would put this like pretty close to the edge and then put like spatula utensils or something. You could even mount it to you could have like a shelf on the side of the Murphy bed. That would be cool, kind of like molding from one space to the next. Then, you know, you're probably going to be spending quite a bit of time like chopping and doing other prep stuff. So you kind of, I mean, we can make this window bigger obviously, but like you kind of are chilling here most of the time. So you start over here, you wash stuff, whatever. maybe the corner is kind of more storage if you have some like plug-in appliances, blender, like whatever. You can put some shelving there. You turn to the left, you do your prep here, and then stage 3 is to cook it over there. That's kind of how I feel about that. And then I would put, of course, the fridge needs to go somewhere. I would put it pretty close to the corner, kind of. These are pretty freaking enormous. I would go with, oh my god, what's going on here? Cut that out of there. Paste it. This 3D warehouse asset is a little sketchy, I think. This is enormous. This might not fit. Oh no, it's perfect.
Someone else is suggesting
I would tuck
left
that
side
way.
of window and the microwave over top. So you can put a microwave, I guess, down. Or other appliances.
Left side of which window? I could change the size of this window. One thing to keep in mind is like wherever the cooktop is, the fridge is not going under it because it's not going to fit. But I think we're going to wrap up this stream pretty quick here. So I just kind of want to throw in the last couple things here and just have one final quick look at it. This is like really kind of just throwing this together. Did that work at all? Come on. Yes. Back here. Did I cut that out? No, it didn't. What the heck did I just do? Oh, I know what I should do here. Yeah. Then we'll go rectangle from there. Come on. Oh, I see what I've done here.
Have you heard much about pellet heaters?
Not a ton. There we go. Okay, let's just say we've got like some drawers here. Say a bunch of drawers, cabinets like this. Under the sink we got a little thing going on. And then like some little mini drawers here. Just want to put some real quick texture on there. Not that. So where is it? A little butcher block, and then ugh, that's awful. Do like a whitewashed thing like that. I don't know. Oh, that looks pretty bad. But anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. You should save it. Are you going to have it to download?
Yeah, so thanks a lot for joining us on the stream. We're going to wrap it up just, around now. But what we'll do is this file, I mean, it's a bit of a mess compared to like some of our other files that we have all nicely organized with layers and stuff, just for speed. This is just kind of slapped together as a concept, but we will put it up for download. And what we'll do is we will publish this stream as like a normal video that you can like a normal video on YouTube. And in the description, we'll put a link to obtain this file. So just keep an eye on our channel. You'll see we'll publish a video. It'll be called like design, whatever this is called, Tiny House Design Live, and then there'll be the date, which is the 10/15, October 15th, and that video will have a download link for this in the description. So yeah, I think that was great. We're gonna do a couple more streams for sure coming up, like what is it, Sunday today? It'll be another one this week for sure. So just keep an eye on our social media, and yeah, pretty much social media is where we're going to be.
And we post on the community tab on YouTube.
Yeah, so if you're subscribed if you've rung the bell to get notifications, I believe you get a notification when we post on our community tab. So it's kind of like a little mini like social media all contained within YouTube. So make sure you've rung the bell, I guess. It's the other alternative other than social media. So thanks again for joining us for this live tiny house design session. I think we made something pretty awesome here, so thanks a lot for your feedback. I was not really sure where it was going to go when we started with something so small, but it actually was, I think it was kind of cooler. It's almost like there's too much choice when you have something huge.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
And this way it just really kept it focused on just getting some cool stuff in there. Yeah, awesome. So thanks again.
Thank you.
See you guys later.